Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video reaction for Okay, Here is the Story. I am Dee Burns. So today's going to be kind of funny. I have a lot of music this week, so I had to do something funny. Anyway, this is from a guy named Ronin GT. He calls himself Petty. People that subscribe to his channel, he calls them the Petty Squad. And he is petty, but he makes humor out of it. So I will say that a little background. He used to be, and I say used to be because he was just let go, a security guard or shoplifting dude at Walmart. And so he talks about Walmart a lot. But like I said, he was just let go. He announced the other day that he was let go and he's going to be in the process of looking for a new job and, whatever. But anyway, he's pretty funny. So this one is titled Racist Karen. I'm a little nervous. Whenever I don't watch the Karen videos because they upset me that there are women out there like that. There are people out there like that. So before we get into the video, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube or Rumble channel. Please leave me a comment about this video or other videos. If you have a suggestion, put it in the comments and it'll go on the list. Okay, so let's get into the video.
Have I mentioned that I'm petty? So a little while ago, I was walking around doing my normal rounds, and I came across these two kids in the bakery department. And they were going up to the donut case and helping themselves to donuts. Between the two of them, they ate half a dozen. So I followed them up to the checkouts, where they met up with their mom, who was getting ready to check out. So I decided to...
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to say real quick. This is Walmart. I'm trying to think. I didn't realize that Walmart's bakery was open for you just to grab donuts. Huh. I don't think ours is. I don't know. Now I'm going to have to look next time. Okay.
So I followed them up to the checkouts, where they met up with their mom, who was getting ready to check out. So I decided to confront the mother, rather than stop these two little shits over some donuts. I introduced myself, tell the mother what happened. The mother proceeds to glare at me, put her hands on her hips, and tell me it's just a couple donuts, but you can't give them away for free?
No.
I explained to her politely no, and that I'm just trying to prevent her children from going to jail.
Yeah.
Karen decides to walk off with her hellions, but not before saying my kids will never go to jail, unlike some people, looking back at our cashier. Now, I don't like to throw race into things, but Karen was a white woman, and our cashier Gladys was a black woman.
Why would you say that? Doesn't matter what color they are. Why would you say that? Oh, this lady. It was only a couple of donuts. No, it was 6, bitch. Yeah. Okay. My blood pressure.
I don't like to throw race into things, but Karen was a white woman, and our cashier Gladys was a black woman. Now, I took that as a racist remark, and so did our cashier Gladys. I not so politely tell Karen that she can leave and never come back. And that's where I thought our story would end. But oh wait, there's more. About 2 weeks later, Karen and her crotch goblins return. So like I was saying, Karen and her crotch goblins return about 2 weeks later. I see them walk in the store, and I immediately start following them. Big surprise, they stop first thing in the bakery. And between the three of them, they ate 7 donuts, 2 danishes, and a muffin. Like I said, I'm petty. I was counting every crumb.
What did he say? 7 donuts, a couple of danishes, and a muffin? And the mom is back there with them doing this? Oh, if my kids would have done that, I would have latched them up. Oh. Oh. Okay. So, okay. My blood pressure.
It's 7 donuts, 2 danishes, and a muffin. Like I said, I'm petty. I was counting every crumb.
Yeah.
I continue to follow them while they grocery shop, and she makes her way back into the checkouts. As soon as Karen pays, I walk up to the cashier, ask her if she paid for the donuts, danishes, and muffin. The cashier says no.
Oh.
It's go time. Just so happens we had PD in the office with my APM. I make some calls. As I'm following Karen out, our cashier Gladys was just clocking in. Who better to have as my witness?
Yeah.
So I tell Gladys I need her as a witness.
Okay.
Gladys sees it's Karen and gladly obliges. So I stop Karen and her coochie critters at the door. Karen refuses to stop. Laughs at me. The kids laugh. The officer steps out. Laughing stops.
Yeah.
So we get Karen and her Rugrats in the office, and she's cussing everybody out. She looks at Gladys and says, "You're enjoying this, aren't you?" Gladys just has a shitty grin on her face and just stays silent. So Karen tells us that we can't prosecute her over this. Technically, she fled from the shoplifting stop, so yeah, I'm prosecuting.
Yeah.
Now, the kids are 15 and 17, old enough to go to juvie.
Hold on. The kids are 15 and 17? I was thinking they were little kids, like 7, 8. Oh my God. You know, I'm just going to say this real quick and then we'll get back into the video. This is why stores close. We just had a big brouhaha here in Milwaukee because Walmart closed one of its stores in an area where when they closed, it's now going to create a food desert is what they call it. But there was so much shoplifting going on. It was costing Walmart more money to stay open than they were making. So stop stealing, people, and the stores will stay open. Stop stealing. Okay, let's get back into it. 15 and 17. Lord.
So, yeah, I'm prosecuting. Now, the kids are 15 and 17, old enough to go to juvie. The kids are also cussing me and the cop out. Not a wise decision. So the officer that was already there radios for someone to come pick up the children and take them to juvenile. All this time, Gladys is in the corner just smiling her ass off. Karen is running her mouth. So a few moments later, we get a knock on the door. In walks the second officer. Here's the plot twist. The officer walks in. He's about 6.
Hold on. He said, here's the plot twist? Okay. Here's the plot twist. This story's had a lot of plot twists. I can't imagine anything more. Okay, well, let's get back into it.
Knock on the door. In walks the second officer. Here's the plot twist. The officer walks in. He's about 6'7", older black gentleman. He looks in the corner and sees Gladys, and immediately says, "Mama, what are you doing here?" Gladys looks surprised and says, "Baby, I'm just here for the show." Gladys' son was the second officer. Refer back to what Karen said in the first video. So they get everybody up and handcuffed. Gladys stands...
Okay, in the first video, this white woman said, "My kids won't go to jail like some people." And this woman's son is a police officer. You know, Karma is a bitch. She is a bitch.
Refer back to what Karen said in the first video? So they get everybody up and handcuffed. Gladys stands up, puts her hand on her son's shoulder. She says, "Baby, make sure this nice white lady's children get to jail safe." Looks straight at Karen and says, "I'll be praying for you," and walks out. I normally keep my composure, but when she dropped that mic, I laughed my ass off. Let's talk about sweet, sweet karma. And yes, this is a story about a Karen.
Okay, so, that was one story. I thought it was going to be the whole story. I mean, I thought that was going to be the whole video. Okay, so I'll pray for you. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's get into it.
I laughed my ass off. Let's talk about sweet, sweet karma. And yes, this is a story about a Karen, or maybe a Kevin. But he was an old guy, so Kenneth? I don't know, you let me know in the comments. At one of our stores, we had this older guy that would always come in and cause trouble. He would harass the girls, vulgarly flirt with them, and he was a racist. He refused to let any person of color check him out, because he believed they would steal from him. Not even an exaggeration, this is the words that came out of this man's mouth. Myself and others tried to get him banned from the store, but management wouldn't have it, stating that he was a paying customer. So I took it upon myself to follow this guy around when he came in, just to document what would happen. But one day he came in and he was doing his normal BS, and he had a cart with various items in it. But when he made his way to the hardware department, he selected 4 packs of screws. These screws did not go into the cart, they went into his coat pocket. He continued to shop, and when he checked out, he paid for everything except for those 4 screws and exited our building. This is where I come in. I get him into the office and start to process him. He is cussing me out and telling me that he is not a thief, and even threatens to punch me in the mouth if I called him a shoplifter again. But I continue to call him a shoplifter, and he never threw hands. Regretfully. He told me that after all the money that he had spent in our store that he deserved those screws, and it wasn't stealing, and that I need...
Hold on. Okay, first of all, aren't screws kind of cheap? I feel like screws are kind of cheap. And second of all, just because you go to a store and purchase things there for a long period of time doesn't mean that you can go in and steal stuff. This guy. Oh my gosh. And how does he think that a minority who is checking him out will steal from him? How would you steal from him? I don't understand that. Okay, let's get back into it.
After all the money that he had spent in our store, that he deserved those screws, and it wasn't stealing, and that I needed to respect my elders. I informed Grandpa Swiper that he only deserved the items that he paid for, and that just because he was a frequent flyer here at Walmart, that didn't give him the right to steal from us.
Right.
Now, the 4 packs of screws didn't warrant me calling the police, but his attitude did.
Okay.
And when the police officer gets there, he becomes even more hostile, informing the police officer that he is going nowhere with him, that he wouldn't be caught dead with him, because the responding officer was black.
Oh.
The officer attempts to get him up and he starts to resist. The officer makes short work of Grandpa, spins him around like he's nothing, and handcuffs him, and parades him out to the cruiser. All the while Grandpa is cussing and throwing out racial profanities. Grandpa gets his day in court, but when he's in court, he's calm, cool, and collect, answering with yes sir and no sirs. Grandpa was allowed to enroll in a program that would drop his charges. But the very next day after his court hearing, Grandpa comes back into my store, and I call the police again. Now, if you've made it this far with me, go ahead and double tap that screen. Share this with a friend, and if you're new around here, smash that plus and follow me. There's a lot more stories like this one. Now back to the story. So PD arrives at the store and finds Grandpa. The moment Grandpa sees PD, he starts crying, and I mean ugly ass crying, pleading that this is the only store he can shop at, and that he's an American who has rights. When he sees me, his crying turns into cussing, and this old fool even spit at me. I was so ready to cancel this man's social security checks and turn him into a hashtag. I'm not lying to you. One of my biggest pet peeves, but I kept my composure. And Grandpa was charged with criminal trespassing.
Yeah.
Here's the best part. When you're on those programs that let you drop charges, you can't get in trouble again.
No.
And since he just got a criminal trespassing charge
Yep.
the day after being sentenced, he was no longer allowed to take said program. So he got all the charges. And sadly, I wish this was the last time I told you I saw Grandpa, because he was a stubborn old son of a bitch. But I've only got 3 minutes with y'all. I love y'all. Smash that plus.
What the hell kind of world do we live in? Where you think that you can just go in and steal because you've shopped there for so long and you've spent so much money. Oh my gosh. I just, I don't understand this world. I really don't. I don't get why people are like this. I mean, between the woman and her kids and this guy, no, how did he stay in his job? Because I wouldn't have been able to take it. And he called them crotch critters. That is the funniest thing to call a child. Crotch critter. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, that's our video for today. I hope you guys got a laugh out of it, at least somewhat. My blood pressure, I'm not kidding you, my heart. Oh, I just get so angry at people like that. Ugh. Anyway, again, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube or Rumble channel. Leave me a comment about this video or other videos. I appreciate it. I read them all, and I try to respond to them all. And that's it for today. I hope you guys got a laugh. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I love you guys. Bye.